Good debt versus bad debt. What you should know. Have you ever noticed how two people can earn almost the same salary, live in the same city, and yet 10 years later, one feels financially calm, while the other feels permanently behind? It's not about intelligence. It's not about working harder. Most of the time, it comes down to how debt quietly shapes their lives. Let's make this uncomfortable, but honest. Imagine a fairly normal situation in the US or Europe. You're earning around $60,000 a year before tax. After taxes, healthcare, and social contributions, maybe you're taking home about $3,500 a month. Rent or a mortgage eats up $1,400. Utilities, food, transport, another $900. That leaves around $1,200. Now come the payments. A car payment, a credit card balance, maybe a student loan, maybe a phone you're still paying off. Suddenly that $1,200 doesn't feel like freedom. It feels fragile. This is where most people think debt is just debt. Everyone has it. That idea sounds harmless, but it's one of the most expensive beliefs you can carry. Here's the hidden mistake most people never notice. They judge debt by the monthly payment, not by what it actually costs them over time. Let's do simple math. You buy a $35,000 car. You put a little down and finance the rest for 6 years at 7%. Your monthly payment looks manageable, around $600. But over 6 years, you don't pay $35,000. You pay closer to $43,000. That extra $8,000 didn't buy you anything new. It didn't improve your skills. It didn't raise your income. It simply vanished into interest. Now compare that to a student loan or a professional degree that costs $35,000 but increases your earning power by $10,000 a year. Same amount of debt, very different future. This is the real difference between what people call good debt and bad debt. Bad debt demands payment without improving your future income or flexibility. Good debt, when used carefully, expands your options instead of shrinking them. But here's the part people rarely talk about. Most bad debt isn't about money. It's about psychology. Debt feels painless at the beginning. You get the benefit immediately, while the cost is delayed and broken into small monthly pieces. Your brain loves that trade. A nicer car doesn't feel like $43,000. It feels like $600 a month and social approval. A better apartment doesn't feel like long-term pressure. It feels like comfort and relief right now. Meanwhile, good debt often feels boring or stressful up front. Studying after work, living below your peers, saying no to lifestyle upgrades. Your brain resists that because the reward is delayed. If this pattern continues unchecked, here's the long-term impact. More income gets locked into fixed payments. Risk becomes scarier because you can't miss a paycheck. Job dissatisfaction increases because quitting feels dangerous. Saving and investing stay something you'll do later. And later quietly turns into 10 years. Here's how financially intelligent people tend to think. Calmly, not dramatically. They don't ask, can I afford the monthly payment? They ask, does this debt improve my future cash flow or reduce my options? They understand that debt is not moral. It's not good or bad by default. It's a tool, and tools can build or damage depending on how you use them. They're cautious with debt that feeds lifestyle pressure. They're intentional with debt that builds skills, mobility, or ownership. And most importantly, they design their lives so debt never forces urgency into their decisions. Not fear, not guilt, just clarity. So if there's one thing to take away from this, it's not to avoid debt at all costs. It's to stop letting debt quietly decide your future for you. If this perspective helped you see money a little more clearly, you can like the video or subscribe for more calm, realistic conversations about personal finance. No hype, just understanding.